is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with the top 5 power forwards. We almost done with the top 5 lists. As centers is tomorrow, then I'm going to give you guys, obviously, 6-man and the Offensive Player of the Year and other awards before the season start. So this list is a little disappointing because when I think top 5 power forwards, it's not as many dominant power forwards. It's not the best position. It's not, there's a lot of players that's great at this position, but it doesn't have, when you think top 5 power forward, you got to think a little bit because none of them really standing out at this point. But I want to give you my honorable mentions. Tobias Harris, he's a guy that a lot of people around the league and a lot of people are starting to notice is a good player. He's one of them players that's on the brink of all-star level, being able to shoot the basketball, handle the basketball at his size, shoot the 3-ball. He's a great scorer. He really couldn't do much, and now he has developed into one of the more respected players in the game. And at the end of the day, he's versatile. He can play the 3 or the 4. Not really known as the best defender, but all the players have their flaws, and he hasn't improved enough to where we have to start giving them credit. And I see a lot of people having them, but I couldn't put him in my top 5 power forwards. He came close, but he just wasn't good enough. Aaron Gordon, he's a guy that's starting to go on a lot of people's radar. He has improved every season. Orlando, needs a superstar. They need somebody that can take them to the next level, can make them more competitive, give somebody that they can watch. People want to show up to watch the games. And Aaron Gordon is starting to develop into potentially that player in the fact that they paid him like he is that player. He's still young. He's under 25. He has improved every season. And the sky is the limit for this guy. This is a guy that has no ceiling. He can become a great defender. He can become a better offensive player. He can really do whatever he wants to do as long as he continue to stay focused and keep his mindset on the right things and put in the work. Hey, this guy can be as good as he wants to be. And like I said, he's not even close to his prime. And he has shown significant improvement, just like Tobias Harris, who also played for the Magic while Aaron Gordon was there. Number 5, this is kind of what I was saying, Porzingis. Porzingis is a solid player. He doesn't really seem like a franchise guy. People have been giving him that title that he's a franchise player. He hasn't really been dominant. He had a good year last year, but it was only one season. And even with that season, he tore his ACL, so he didn't even play the season. Yes, he is a guy you want on your team because he can protect the rim. He can hit elbow jumpers and threes, and he's good enough to put the ball on the floor enough to where the defense can continue to guess. He could potentially develop into that franchise guy, but he hasn't really helped the team win. Even when Carmelo was there for those couple seasons, he wasn't really trying to demand the ball. He really wasn't trying to dominate the game. He really wasn't, he seemed like he was cool being a second option. He was cool being a third option. And it also seemed like when he was the number 1 option, some games it seemed like he was cool not taking shots. It seemed like he was cool somebody else going off. And I don't have a problem with it. Just when you're the guy and you want to win, you have to go out there and dominate every single game and try to give your team the best chance of winning. And he showed signs that he can do it. But I can't give him franchise player right now. But he is the best player on this team. But does that mean they're going to make it to the playoffs? Does that mean that he's going to be the number 1 option on the playoff team? Does that mean they can win a championship with him being the best player on the team? I don't know about all that. But I do know he has potential. He showed a lot of it this year. And the team was in the playoff race a little bit. Obviously, they fell out after the injury. But I want to see more of Porzingis, and hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he gets well, and hopefully he didn't fall off too much from the injury because he is a big guy. He already, lacked a little lateral quickness, and the ACL tear is only gonna make that worse. But he's young. He's still good enough defensively and good enough offensively. And his game is not really predicated on athleticism. I was just talking about defensively. Having a torn ACL only makes him worse. And he was already showing potential that he can be a star two-way player. So number 4, Blake Griffin. He's a guy that a lot of people forgot about because at the end of the day, he always injured. And they traded him from the Clippers. That's where he made his name. That's where he made his brand. That's what most people know him from is the Clippers. And for him to get that max contract and then get traded and then go to Detroit and he struggles to fit in and they not winning that many games even though they came close to making the playoffs. I think Reggie Jackson gonna make his job a lot easier. Obviously, playing with Andre Drummond is kind of like playing with DeAndre Jordan. So if he was able to make it work, then they should be able to make it work enough to make it to the playoffs. But when it comes to his game, he can handle the ball, he can pass the ball, he can rebound the ball, he can hit elbow jumpers. He's starting to drift to threes. I just don't like that he doesn't get inside and dominate the paint as much. To get easy opportunities and finishing at the rim was his specialty coming into the league. He doesn't do it as much, and it's basically to benefit the centers that he play with. But I would like to see him get a little bit closer to the basket, get a lot easier shots, and that help build his confidence and that help him feel like he's dominant. But I do expect a bounce back year from Blake Griffin. He hears the people, he sees people giving up on him, he sees that he's the butt of a lot of people's jokes. But at the end of the day, I think he'll get back to that all-star level this year and help the Detroit Pistons make the playoffs. And he might even be an all-NBA player, depending on if he can give you 20 and 9, 25 and 8, at least 4 or 5 assists. If he can do that, I don't see why he can't be back an all-NBA and all-star caliber player. But they do need him to score a lot because the team do lack floor spacing. They do lack shooters. They do lack scoring. So they're going to need him to do a lot. Can he hold up? Can he stay healthy? That's the question. That's the key to why nobody really pays attention to him no more. But if he can stay healthy and go back to dunking on people and going back to putting up 20 and 8, 20 and 10, then he'll be back flying up this list in the top 3, maybe even number 2 or 1. Draymond Green, this is a guy that's been underrated. He hasn't really fit well with the Kevin Durant transition. I feel like when Kevin Durant came in, it has really made it watered down Draymond Green a lot. He's not the same player offensively. He don't get the same amount of touches. He's not really in rhythm. His impact offensively has been really cut down to passing, and it is a sacrifice that he had to make when he recruited Kevin Durant. And he's taking more of the blow to me. Like I think Clay's still doing his thing. I think Steph's still doing his thing, but him recruiting KD kind of hurted him offensively, and it kind of hurted him defensively too. Even though he is still a great defender, I feel like his role has been marginalized even more with the addition of Kevin Durant. But his ability to rebound, pass, and score when he needs to, and still be an anchor defensively, as he's not even 6'10", you have to give him a lot of credit to be able to be as good as he is. He was obviously an All NBA and an All Star caliber player, so he is one of the best players in the world, regardless of positions. But I feel like him adding in Kevin Durant kind of hurted him, but it's helping to win 2 championships in a row. So I guess that's the payoff, the pro and the con. You're still making All NBA and All Star teams, but you're not as valuable and utilized as you used to be. But that's what he had to do to have these 2 rings with Kevin Durant. Number 2, Los Angeles. LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge has really resurrected his career last year, and I do have the Spurs making it to the playoffs with him and DeMar DeRozan. LaMarcus Aldridge still can post up. He can still hit elbow jumpers. He can still hit threes. He's a guy that doesn't really use athleticism. Even defensively, he has become a solid rim protector and a solid rebounder for the Spurs. Even though he is getting older, Father Time is undefeated. He looked like he got at least 2 or 3 more seasons as being a valuable player, at worst a 16-point scorer. But with the team having so many injuries to Lonnie Walker and to DeJounte Murray, they're going to have to rely on LaMarcus Aldridge and obviously DeMar DeRozan. They're going to have to rely on them a lot to get this team back to the playoffs. So I don't see why LaMarcus Aldridge can't be the second best power forward even next year. Because of the circumstances. So they're going to have to use him. They're going to need him. And he's going to deliver like he's been doing his whole career after he became an all-star in Portland. And that's going to help him become an all-star. That's going to help him keep making all NBA teams. And he's going to still be one of the better players in the NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo is my number one. LeBron is not on this list because he still plays small forward. They're going to have Brandon Ingram playing power forward. Everybody else stayed at their position. Anthony Davis is going to be center. Nikola Mirotic is going to be their power forward. So I couldn't play Anthony Davis number one on this list. Giannis is the best two-way player on this list. He's better than Draymond Green offensively. He's not as good as defensively as Draymond, but he's showing potential. He's a 26-point scorer. He's an excellent rebounder. He's a decent ball handler. He's a decent playmaker. And he's young, athletic, and he has been putting the world on notice the last 2 years. And I expect him to enhance his performance this season coming up, especially with Mike Budenholzer being their coach. He's a great offensive coach. He's a great defensive coach, and he never had a player of Giannis' caliber. And I think that this is the year where he has the talent, he has the defenders, he has enough shooting, not a lot, but enough. And Mike Budenholzer going to get the best out of him. And hopefully his teammates grow with him, and then they become an even better team. The team success means he can win MVPs. He probably can get on All-NBA first team, and it's all about winning. He put them in the numbers. He's dominant. Now it's time to win games and get further in the playoffs. That's my only thing knock on Giannis. I like him. He's improvement. He's a hard worker. I like him, but he just have to have more team success. He just has to win more. And that's something that he hasn't been able to do since he's been with Milwaukee. They made it to the playoffs, but they can't get out of the first round. They made it to the playoffs, but they can't really dominate consistently in the playoffs. So let me see what he do in the playoffs. Let me see if he can win 50 games. Then we'll see if he's going to be in my top 5 players in the world. Until then, he's going to stay in that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 slot. Obviously, I do have Giannis in my top 10. But, like I said, team success do factor in, and dominance consistently do factor in too, because he only had really 2 great seasons. Well, 1 great season. 1 year he averaged 22. This year he averaged 26. So he still got ways to go if he want to get in that top 5, but he has that potential. He has the work ethic. He has the want. It's just about putting it all together, and I think he'll eventually get there. He's just not there right now, but he is the best power forward. Because this is a weak position, and him switching to power forward is only going to make him even better because it's a matchup nightmare because most of them are too slow and not laterally quick, and that's going to be his advantage. It's just about taking advantage of it and dominating consistently. And if he's able to do that, then he's going to be number 1 on his power forward list for a very, very long time because he's not even 25 years old. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm gone. Check out my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Check out my spread shirt. There you can find t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, even accessories like phone cases, water bottles, even pillowcases to support the brand and the movement. And also, at the end of the day, thanks for watching. Thanks for being watching. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. It's fun. I look forward to this. You guys look forward to seeing it and watching it. Thanks for liking. Thanks for binge watching. And thanks for consistently keeping up with the channel and supporting the channel and commenting and being active. Quinn Wade, I'm gone. Let me know who your top 5 power forwards is. Let me know who your number 1 power forward is. And let me know if I underrated, overrated, or you just don't agree with my list and want to show me yours. I read every comment, so don't be scared to leave something. I'm gone.